So who are the Hive? Well, if we've got to go back a few years, and we've got to talk about Troy Parsons, who's one of the founding directors, who still owns and operates his practice, Optimize Health, which is a multiple disciplinary practice with 25 team members, multiple seven figures. And it wasn't always that way. It started much smaller and there was a lot of struggle. But when he found success, that's when he started being asked by other healthcare professionals, well, how did you do it? And that's sort of how the Hive was born. And to this day, Troy runs that practice, and we never teach anything to people unless we know it works, unless we are actually eating our own cooking and not getting sick, unless it's actually operating in Troy's practice and we can say beyond a shadow of a doubt, okay, if you want this to work in your practice, then you've got to do this because we know 100% it works because we are doing it right now. The Hive isn't based on just theory or us reading a few books going, oh, I think we'll go and teach this stuff now. So Troy's really the center of the Hive. He's we call him our guinea pig as well, in that whatever we test out in his practice, whether it works or not, if it doesn't work, so be it, but whatever works, we then teach back to people. You then got Jono Heath in Australia, who's a tech genius and wizard of anything electronic, and he works hand in hand with a lot of the software companies that you'll be familiar with that run parts of your practice. And he's a genius at building back-end systems and building marketing that help automate a practice. At a stage, they then brought the Hive to the UK. So, we had a group of clients in Australia and New Zealand, but then the Hive came to the UK several years ago. That's where I started working with the clients in the UK before getting 100%, falling in love with it and getting fully involved with the business and becoming the director in the UK and running the operation side of things here. Then we're very fortunate to have Brian Fitzpatrick, who recently was at the Olympics as one of the coaches for the Australian hockey team. And he's their mindset coach. So we're very privileged to have him not only come and help us as a team to get better, because we meet every month and do a coaching review, but also he comes and works with some of our clients. So to have a guy of his caliber as part of the team is a massive privilege. We then have Amy in the UK, who's a graduate of Cambridge University and has done a diploma in coaching there as well as other coaching diplomas. And when we set about creating the Hive, we realized we want to do it at top level. We also felt that there were plenty of people out there dishing out advice, and we made a commitment to ourselves that we didn't want to just dish out advice. We said we only teach what we know. We only teach what is working right now in Troy's practice, but also we wanted to be qualified in the way that we disseminate information. So bringing Amy on board as, who is qualified, registered, insured, and has, a huge ton of experiences, again, sets the bar for the type of coaching that we provide. We then got Debbie Delves, who does some of our mastermind coaching as well. Again, Debbie is the ex-chair for the Royal College of Podiatry, and she currently runs a very successful practice. So again, we're only teaching what we know works. We have Katie, who brings us all together and runs all of our marketing, so all of our content, all of our communication, and she's incredible at doing that. And in the past, she's worked with some very big brands. She's worked with the likes of Reebok. She's worked internationally, and when we were putting the team together, I finally, after a few months of begging her, she finally came on board because we wanted that level of professionalism to come to our marketing. So that's who we are at the Hive.